My husband says I can't cook a Texas style brisket in my oven. I am here to show you I can. I'm going to prove him wrong.
Oh, I don't know if you can cook a brisket in the oven. I always cook them on a Weber barbecue, and they turn out amazing with real charcoal and wood chips and real smoke. I mean, what's going to happen?
I'm going to show you. So stay tuned. We're going to go step by step on what I'm going to do here to prepare a brisket, put it in the oven. We're going to cook it all day. This is a, 7-hour deal, I think.
Well,
And then he'll taste test. So stay tuned. So first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 275. So you're here with me in my kitchen at Homesteading with Blue Sky Ranch, and I hope you like this video and you will like, share, and subscribe and continue to watch me on this 7-hour process. So stay tuned. Here we go, step by step. So first of all, of course, you got to start out with the brisket. This brisket's from our very own beef. This is grass-fed, grass-finished beef that we harvested from our steers this fall. So can't get any better than this, homegrown. So the first thing we have to do is let it come to room temperature. So this has been sitting out, it's completely been thawing in the refrigerator for a couple days. Now it's been sitting out this morning and it's coming to room temperature. Another thing with our grass-fed, grass-finished beef is that it is a little leaner, doesn't have a lot of fat, but it is still the very best. I like to use newspaper. I put that down if I'm doing something like this because you can just wad it up and throw it in the fire. So first of all, we got to cut this bad boy out. This is about, let's see, a 3-pound. Yep, 3 pounds, 3.3 pound brisket. Our steers were not real huge, and of course, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, things are generally a little smaller. So here we go. Here is my beautiful brisket. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pat it down. We're going to pat it down. On both sides. We're going to lay it out. Look, it's pretty large here. Look at that. To pat this down really good because we want our seasoning and the liquid smoke all to get inside that meat. Okay, so let's do the other side one more time. Now, if you don't have newspaper, you can also use parchment paper or just do it in another pan that you're going to wash. Okay. We've got this patted down really good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover it with liquid smoke. So before I do the liquid smoke, I went ahead and put parchment paper down. And we're going to use liquid smoke today. We're just going to liberally, if I can get the lid open, we're going to liberally put that on. Once we get it like that, we're going to rub it in. See, it already smells like a barbecue right here in my own kitchen. All right, I'm going to try to keep one hand clean here. We're going to flip it to the other side. Now, so don't skip this step. This is where it's going to taste like it was in a barbecue. Get it all around the edges. Smell is fantastic. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is yellow mustard. This is nothing special. Just yellow mustard from the store. We're going to squirt it all over it. Again, I'm keeping one hand clean here. I'm going to rub it in. And this is what's going to give it that beautiful bark. All these layers. All right, got this one side done. Okay, again, working with one hand. My dog Coco smells this. She's over here to help. Okay, we're going to rub this in on this side. One more over here. All right, next we need to get our salt and pepper. All right, we got a 1/4 cup of pepper. And you want to use the coarse kosher salt. It makes for a better bark. Better flavor, better bark. Okay, got that together. I have it in a little ramekin. Gonna stir it up. Now, the cool thing I've done here, and if you don't have this, you're just gonna have to use your hands like this, sprinkle above. But I saved an old seasoning shaker, and I use this for when I'm doing a rub, where it's gonna take the lid off. So if you have these are awesome. I never throw these away. All right, give it a good shake. So the trick here is we're going to hold it above the brisket. We want it to evenly flow, not too heavy. I want to get it really even. So if you hold it closer, you'll get it too concentrated in one area. Look at that. Make sure you got all the edges. And then we'll pat some around the edges at the end. Okay, that's one side. Is that beautiful? Now we're going to press it in so it stays there in the mustard. I don't know. I think I'm going to win. Okay, we are going to flip this to the other side. And if you go through these steps of the newspaper and the parchment paper, you'll have a lot less cleanup. Okay, so I'm going to have to rinse this off afterwards. My hands are a mess. Again, hold it above. Shake evenly and liberally. Get the corners. Okay, now we're going to rub it in. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. You're going to have some salt and pepper left over, and that's okay. Use it for your next steak or whatever you make. That was just a general idea. I think we got the edges actually pretty good. So this one is super thick on this edge, okay? It's a weird cut. It's like a triangle, but this side is, as you can see, super thin. And this side's about over an inch thick. So look at that. That is crazy.
That's the point.
This is like a big, huge steak here.
It's the point.
This is the point. Anyway, so I think what we're gonna do for the first couple hours, we're gonna fold this over. We don't want this part here, this point of this, to get this thin part. We don't want it to get overdone. So this is a very slow process. We're going to go like this. Now, if your brisket is more even, you do not need to do this, okay? Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to lift this up so I don't get this all over. I'm going to take this, just like this. And I'm going to put it on this rack. Just like that. And we're going to center that a little bit better. All right. We are now going to go put this into the oven. All right, my oven has already preheated to 275. Remember, it's on the oven setting, not convex. Let me turn my light on so you guys can see. Maybe. All right. So we're going to put this on, it's about the middle shelf, okay? We're going to put this right on the shelf. Then I'm going to put this pan underneath it. So today I'm going to be using this wireless temperature probe that you stick right into the meat. This is a Weber wireless temperature probe, and I'm going to be watching it to watch it get to 165 degrees. It has a lamb one at 160. We'll put it on that, but that will just be keeping me alerted, okay? So if you have one of these, it's great. If you don't, you're just going to have to follow along with your own thermometer, your meat thermometer. So I've inserted the probe into the thickest part of the brisket. and I have it hanging here, and I'm just going to be able to shut my oven. All right, just like that. And this is a sensor that's going to be sending it to the other part of the thermometer. Okay. All right, look at this beauty. Oh my gosh. So the thermometer just alerted me it's hit 165 degrees. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this big bad boy out and we're going to wrap it up in aluminum foil and put it back in the oven. All right, so here we have it. I've taken it out of the oven. I'm going to wrap it up with foil. Then we're going to put it back in the oven at 325 for approximately 2 to 3 more hours. We want the internal temperature to get between 195 and 205. So this is to keep the rest of the moisture into this brisket. We don't want any more moisture to come out because it would make it dry. Like that. We're going to crank the oven back up to 325. So that's important. And we're going to let this go ahead and cook back in that pan for about 2 to 3 more hours. And then we'll return. All right, I have my Wi-Fi digital thermometer back into the thickest part of the brisket. And I've just put it all inside of this tray now. And we're just going to keep waiting. And we'll see if I can prove to Tom that I can make a brisket as good as him. All right, we just took the brisket out of the oven and it was at 205 degrees and we're gonna let it rest here, right here on the counter. All right, so it's been a full day of cooking in the oven and I think it's taken about, what, 8 hours?
Yep.
So it's been resting now. It was sleepy. It's been resting on the counter and here we go.
That's nice tinfoil, hon.
Yeah.
What's in there?
So we're gonna uncover it here, and I'm gonna let Tom take the first taste.
We're cutting about some 1/4-inch slices. Look at that juice.
All right, I know, but is it as good as your smoked ones?
I have no idea.
Well, let's take a taste.
We have to do the little, oh, here, like close up. Oh yeah, juice. Look at that. Looks great.
It is looking like,
right.
Like a lot of the juice was preserved by putting it into the foil. Wait a minute here.
Oh, I didn't even know one.
Okay, Pitmaster, do you think the oven did as good as your Weber barbecue?
This is fabulous. It's fantastic, but it's not Weber quality. But no, it's fantastic.
What's it missing? Is it
it's missing the smoke ring. It's missing that hickory smoke chips that I put in there. But the smoked rub that we put on here, very good. Mustard. I mean, you can't taste it now, but it's just a binder.
I didn't win the challenge.
You know, it's wonderful for cooking in the wintertime. It's amazing. All
right, well, thanks for joining us here at Homesteading with Blue Sky Ranch. And I guess I didn't win the challenge, but I really, really tried.
But it's amazing.
So I hope you liked my recipe. See the description below. And if you want to get that Weber thermometer, I'm going to link that below too. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe.
It's very
so good.
Good.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.